everyone, just for you going back to a new Gumball review. And being the last one, go and check it out. And we're back with the next 3 episodes of Season 5 of Gumball. And the first episode of this review is another good one. And it starts with Richard just trying to fix or do some nails onto their house. And yeah, just using the thing to get the nails in wrong. And looking straight in and about to shoot himself in the eye with a nail until thankfully Gumball stops him, but he was wondering what he was doing when using Gumball's skateboard. But yeah, we see him using that Richard was using different things with Gumball's skateboard, and yeah, everybody's laughing when Gumball's saying of how he can skate, and yeah, Darwin's saying that he's never seen Gumball skate and wondering if he can teach him. And yeah, we just see all the nails just hitting Richard in the head. And yeah, Gumball is saying, what are you supposed to be dressing like? Even though he's supposed to be dressing like you would when skateboarding. And giving them more appropriate clothes, as Gumball would say. And yeah, Darwin is literally taking everything so literally. Like falling and splitting as well. And rolling. Like, he's literally taking everything too far. And then we see this story about that I highly doubt it's the story of how skateboards were invented, because yeah, it doesn't seem like a real story. And then they go to this skateboarding store and yeah, get these skateboards, which doesn't end so well for a lot of them, like that skeleton one though. And yeah, he ends up getting one that looks good. And yeah, he gets a skateboard, which it turns out it's just the princess skateboard. And yeah, they go over to the park, and yeah, Gumball just, just showing him all these different things. And yeah, Darwin ends up going and can't stop. And Gumball is having to go and save him, which we see this cool art style of him going after Darwin, and he saves him at the end. And Gumball is trying to show everybody how he can skateboard and ends up falling, and everybody's laughing. But he can nail the trick when everybody's not looking. Yeah, another good episode. Now we go to the next one, which starts with Gumball just on the computer and saying that every time he closes his eyes, he sees these different pictures of him whenever he closes his eyes, which I just find very funny. And yeah, we see on the Elmore Plus, we see Rocky on there with 18 friends, and we see this song, which doesn't sound really good, by Mr. Small. And then we see Louie, yeah, is on there. But he wants to send a friend request to Gumball and Darwin. And then it shows that he has 0 friends on there, which Darwin is feeling sad about. They're going to be new grandpa, since, he's dating their Granny JoJo. And yeah, Gumball is acting like he's not feeling sad until he just burst water out of his eyes. And yeah, apparently he made a fake person for Louie to be friends with, and he accepted the friend request and wants to know more about the fake person, the imaginary friend. And yeah, going on about this story as well, which yeah, I just find quite funny. And again, just still talking, and Gumball getting vibrations as well, and getting him distracted by lots of different things. And then talking about how when he met Granny JoJo, and keeping him awake as well from the vibrations. And he wants to know about the favorite food, and Gumball trying to say that he can't go anywhere to talk, which he says that's fine, just take your phone so we can keep messaging. And then there's something you need to know too. I thought I needed a friend, but the way listened to me made me realize something else. I think we should be more to just Elmore friends. And yeah, Gumball and Darwin are shocked because they believe what they actually think it is meaning. And yeah, Granny JoJo goes over to Louie and yeah, thinking that he's cheating on her because of this imaginary friend of Mariel. And yeah, we just see this text as well that is quite funny that he does to Gumball and Darwin, and seeing of where they actually got the profile picture, which was just this random person. And yes, of course Granny JoJo is going to get back at this real Mariel whenever she finds. And yeah, Gumball is about to get hit, but ends up avoiding, and Granny JoJo just trying to push groceries, and Gumball stopping it. And yeah, she's just going crazy, hitting Darwin, and trying to throw a snake. And of course, yeah, they're angry when they realize, and saying that it's illegal on when it comes to, identity theft, right? Pretty much illegal of what they were trying to do, or what they were doing. And we can see how aggressive Granny JoJo is with Louie, like, with all these different things, that, yeah, kind of being very, a bit much. But we see that, turns out that he's got one friend, and that's, of course, Granny JoJo. Yeah, another funny episode. Now we go to the next one in this review, and it starts with Gumball and Richard and them at the mall, and then we just see Tobias's dad just backing straight into the back of their car, and when they're in the store, him just making fun of Richard. And the kids Gumball is believing that he is making fun of Richard, which, yeah, he is. And they get an idea of actually going to tell Nicole, but of course, Nicole would surely be able to handle this, for sure. We've seen her being able to handle a lot before, but no, they decide that Richard needs to take it more like an adult. And they try to go and file a restraining order against Tobias's dad, and keep having to put money in, and putting Daisyland dollars in there, and this funny thing too. And yeah, they just leave, and just all sad, and try to give Richard some candy, and Tobias's dad just takes it, and he tries to act all repetitive at the kids as well, doing all these different insults, and yeah, just saying, I'm sorry for hurting your feelings. And they try to take him to a therapist to try to talk about his problem. And we see that during that school, he actually got high school. It was a prom night, and he would be the prom king. And his mom helping him. And when it was at the night, we see, yeah, boy, though. Richard and his makeup, though. And of course, they take the crown from him. And of course, we could tell that it was Tobias's dad that he was picking on him to that day. And apparently, it was also Tobias's dad that Richard was talking to when he thought he was doing a therapist. And they try to write a fake check to try to get back at him, which he reads it and gets this random guy to lay out money, lay out coins, even lay out diamonds as well. And going back and resigning to his boss, taking this golden helicopter, even cheating on his wife and getting a new wife. And yeah, they're trying to stop him, which Richard, he also wrote this about with Richard. And it seems like whatever Richard did say, he actually got Tobias's dad to reason. And apparently Richard just told him to put the dynamite closer. And yeah, we see this explosion. that happened. Yeah, really good episodes. I'd like to know what y'all think. Let me know guys as well. Catch you next one.